Welcome to On the Daily. In this episode, we are talking all things magic. I figured in honor of Halloween, I wanted to tell you how I run my business with the moon. And 80% of my entire business is made up of strategy, and about 20% is made up of energy. And that switch has changed everything for my business. I am definitely the person that people hire when they want everything in their life to feel this like magic connection. So everything is connected. Business is good. Life is good. Relationships are good. Personal power is good. Health is good. And I believe that happens when we focus on the energy of life and we work with the universe. And since this is Halloween, we're going to get super woo. Like we're going in on this episode. And it's nothing that this is what I do in my business every single day. And if people are in my containers, they know this. Wealth energetics, the lunar cycle, the way that our universe and the cosmos operate is such a huge part of business. And so in this episode, I will be talking all about that. So if you've ever like put out an offer and maybe felt like a ton of pressure around it, and then maybe you ended up like melting down a little bit and it didn't sell and you couldn't figure out why, have you ever considered that it could have been because you were fighting with the moon's energy? If that got your attention, then this episode is for you. Hey friend, welcome to On the Daily. I'm your host, Danielle McCleary, and I am a quantum business coach. I'm the host of this podcast. I'm a multi-six-figure entrepreneur, co-founder and president of Hype You Media, and CEO of Danielle on the Daily Coaching. What I'm really interested in is helping you live a life and have a business that is a full body yes. So through all of my education and all of my experience, I'm bringing you 2 episodes a week where I will guide you and give you the tools necessary to scale a massive, sustainable, and sexy business using your intuition, wealth energetics, and human design. What we can call it is business biohacking. So if you're down for that, then I say let's frickin' go. I'm so glad you're here. My masterclass, Money Boothing, has truly just blown my mind with how many of you are enjoying it. I knew that it would hit. I knew that people would love it because people are ready to change their relationship with money. People are ready to change their relationship with work. People are ready to change their relationship with what success has to look like. And in this masterclass, I really share everything. I share about money mindset. I share about money strategy. I also talk about monthly recurring revenue and how to stack your cash so that you can truly have that freedom, that time freedom that everybody talks about. That's done through stacking your cash through monthly recurring revenue. And I talk about all of that because that is stuff I do in my business very well, if I do say so myself. So if you are the person who like hates looking at your bank account, if you cannot have conversations about money without it leading to a fight, if you dread bills going out every month, if spending money like makes you cringe, if you are the person who either overspends and overcompensates or never buys anything for yourself at all, this masterclass is definitely for you because I am going to teach you how to get out of that mindset once and for all through like easy, actionable steps, right? We're not talking some like existential thing that you won't understand. These are very easy steps that you can take to increase your money flow, increase your monthly recurring revenue, develop a better relationship with your bank account, and ultimately with the people around you. So this masterclass has been on sale now for a couple weeks. It is on sale until tomorrow, and then it will be going to the society. So if you are in the society currently, you do not need to buy this masterclass. It is already in your library on your member portal. If you aren't in the society, that's a great place to go because you would get Money Boothing plus over 30 hours of other masterclasses in an on-demand portal that you can literally watch like Netflix whenever you want. I think of it like TSA PreCheck with Clear at the airport. Like you have it at your fingertips. You can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it at home. You can listen to it like a podcast. And there's just so many different masterclasses in there, from money to mindset to content to social media to podcasting to tax strategy to, I mean, like literally everything you could ever want is in that society. And so you could just do that instead. And then you'd also get money boothing. So you got a couple options. Both links are in our show notes, or you can come find me on Instagram, Danielle_on_the daily. And I would love to talk to you about it. I run my business with the moon. That used to feel so crazy to say out loud. Like, I run my business with the moon. And if you don't run your business with the moon, or you probably just heard me say that, and you probably thought to yourself, this bitch is crazy. Baby, you have no idea how crazy I am. I am about to tell you how crazy I am. So a few months ago, it was longer than that now. It was probably almost a year ago. No, it wasn't. I don't know how long ago it was. Anyway, I digress. I started working one-on-one with an astrologer. And I've always been into astrology. I've gotten readings here and there, but I decided that this was the year I was actually going to have a one-on-one astrologer. And I was going to work with them very closely, like I do with my business coach. And I was going to run my business in a different way. And one of the things she taught me, her name is Maggie. I'll actually put her information in the show notes in case you are looking for an astrologer, because she truly is like heaven sent. Anyway, she was like, you should think about running your business more with the moon. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. I never thought she was crazy. My brain was like, oh, of course, that's what I should do. Tell me more. And because what I was doing at the time is I would put out offers. Sometimes they would hit and everybody would buy them. And then sometimes it wouldn't hit so well. Or sometimes I would love to post content on social media. And then other times I didn't even want to be on my phone that day. And then sometimes I really wanted to be social. And then other times I wanted to hide in my bed. And I just like couldn't figure it out. And I would fight against this energy. And I would be like, Danielle, stop being like this. Like, get out there, do your thing. Like, you should be able to sell anytime. You should be able to do this. And I can sell every time. And now I do sell every time because I've learned to work my messaging around what the collective energy is. However, what I wasn't doing is considering where the moon was in the sky while I was doing certain things. Let me tell you how the moon works in case you don't look into the sky. We have full moons and we have new moons. Full moons are when the moon is at 100% capacity. It is the brightest it's going to be. We have super moons where the moon is a little bit closer to Earth based on like our rotation. We have regular full moons where it's a little bit farther away. Depending on if it's eclipse season, the moon may look a little different color. All the things. But essentially we have full moons and then we have new moons. New moons are when the moon is gone and there you don't see a moon in the sky and it's the energy is the darkest. Like the brightness, the luminosity of the moon is the darkest. In between that, we have waning and waxing moons. So a waning moon is after the full moon when the moon is decreasing in energy. It is waning. After the new moon, the moon, when it is moving towards full, is waxing. It's getting brighter. And just like the moon dims and brightens, so does the collective energy on this planet. So after a new moon, the energy starts to rise. And it does that for about 2 weeks until it reaches its peak on the full moon. After the full moon, the collective energy will start to decrease until it is at its lowest on the new moon. So that's how the moon works. That's how the collective energy works. So if we put that into practice when it comes to business, think about when you have no energy or you feel really tired. I would guarantee you that if you looked it up, the moon is waning. And so when the moon is waning and the collective energy is lower and there's probably maybe more emotion because we're more tired, we have less energy. I've learned that I don't launch things during a waning moon. I don't launch things before a new moon because I know that the collective energy is going to be lower. So the chances of people being eager buyers is slimmer. Whereas during the waxing moon leading to a full moon, energy is building, excitement is growing, people are more active, people are thinking more clearly, like there's just a more excited energy on the planet. And so all of the launching that I do in my business now takes place sometime between the new moon and the full moon as the moon is getting brighter. And I typically will launch things. I'll drop surprise offers right around the full moon itself because the energy is the most excited. And when I started to do this, y'all, oh my gosh, not only has my central nervous system calmed the fuck down, but also I've started to make a shit ton more money. And that is because I am working with the collective energy and not against it. And this is where energetics comes into our business. So, okay, if you're not launching anything, and I sell every day, like you'll see, I sell in my stories every single day. I'm constantly talking about my offers, but there's a different energy when the moon is waning versus when it's waxing in the way that I show up, the way that I put out content, the way that I talk, all the things. And so when I really started to do this, what I learned was in those times where the moon is waning. So if I'm not launching anything because the moon is decreasing in energy, what am I doing? Well, I'm refining my offers. I'm pouring back into myself. I'm scheduling one-on-one calls with my business coach. I'm listening to podcasts. I'm recording podcasts of my own. I'm working with my team. We're refining email sequences. We're setting up new email sequences. We're getting things ready for a launch. And this has really helped me to become a better leader because I'm actually focusing on being a CEO in my business instead of an employee in my business, which y'all, there is a difference as a CEO between working in and on your business. And if all you're doing is working in your business, over analyzing why something is or is not selling and becoming obsessed with it, you're not going to unlock your next level because wealth energetics states that you have to have a calm central nervous system in order to grow to the next level of your business. And if you're not, and you're stressed out and you're putting so much emphasis on certain things like putting pressure on money, listen, the way to make more money is not to obsess over making more money. The way to make more money is actually to forget about money altogether, is to actually remove I want more money from your vocabulary. I make the most money when I'm not thinking about money. And that's a fact. And a lot of that is driven by where the moon is in the sky. And this can be applied literally to how you eat. You know, when the moon is decreasing in energy, it's getting rid of energy. So if you're eating foods that are more detoxifying for your liver, for your kidneys, for your gut, you're eating more detoxing foods and things that are going to bring you down and like bring you more grounded, more sweet potatoes, more, fermented veggies, beets for your like all the things. If you really start to focus on that, and then when the moon is waxing and getting bigger, you're eating like high protein, you're eating more carbs, you're eating things that are going to fuel your energy more. This is like what people say when they talk about cycle syncing. It's very similar to cycle syncing. It's just the cycle is the moon. And ladies, if you're lucky, your moon cycle, your period cycle will sync up with the moon. Mine has, and I bleed on the new moon. And then I cannot believe also, it is so fun. Podcasting is so funny. Like how many hundreds of thousands of people I'm telling right now that I bleed on the new moon. So if it is a new moon, Danielle is on her period. Awesome. Hi, Mom. Sorry. Anyway, like I've synced up with the moon. And so like my energy is the lowest at the new moon because that's when my cycle is. And I think that, if you've just been like running on that same grind that everyone is running on when they're building their business and you just feel like you're on this hamster wheel trying to figure it out and nothing's working, I would suggest that you look into working with an astrologer. Looking at your chart. I don't just go I do go at the moon, but like it also depends on what's in my chart. Like I'm a Sagittarius, but I also have like 5 planets in Sagittarius. I got a lot of Scorpio and Capricorn in my chart. And so based on where all the planets are, like I feel differently anyway. And working with Maggie, my astrologer one-on-one, it helps me to work with the moon, but it also helps me to understand my energy based on where my placements are. So I highly suggest that you work with an astrologer. Like I said, I'll put Maggie's information in the show notes. Reach out to her, tell her that I sent you. She's incredible. And I don't know. I just think that this is like doing business in this way has really calmed me down, and it's made business make so much more sense to me. And it's made me so much more successful. It's made me nicer. It's made me more present. And it also makes me feel like so much more connected to the universe. which is so witchy and so cool. So yeah, that's the witchy way to run your business. And I hope that you do it. We talk about this a lot in my Scale to 6 Mastermind. So again, my Scale to 6 Mastermind is the place to be if these are the kind of conversations you want to be having. I hope you have a great Halloween, if that is something you celebrate. And I will see you back here on Friday. Bye.